Welcome back, everybody. Mandershed Media here. And yeah, we're back at the ABT program here at SAS Polytech, joined again by program head Scott Kukarishyn, and we're back with the Impala. So the Impala has been worked on, again, just really well done by the students here again. Scott's going to walk us through like all the other videos. I'm looking at this through a technician's eyes, so we're going to get it right from the program head. But yeah, it's taken on some shape here, so we're excited to show you this. And yeah, I think let's do it.
Thanks, Ian.
All right, okay. Well, let's. Where do you want to start, Scott?
Well, Ian, let's start where all the progress was happening, I think.
Sounds great.
So I think the last time we did a video and we let everybody out there know where we're at was that the floor was getting ready to go in, or it was starting to go in.
Correct. It wasn't fitted nor welded.
Okay, so well, let's get in here.
All right.
So when we left it, the three panels were already in, and we had welded all the way along. You can see all the body lines are matching.
Right.
That's all welded in. That's solid. I believe we still have to weld the floor to the frame mounts.
Right.
And the other thing we had talked about, the big one, is the right at the very back of the car inside.
Right.
This was all rotted out.
Correct. Yeah, that was like the last conversation.
So this piece here, all the way through, is all handmade.
Wow, and it looks super good.
All the clips are made.
Wow.
So this was done, replaced that.
Yeah.
Then on the underside, there's a frame brace.
Okay.
And we saved that. No, we were able to save this one out of the original convertible.
Awesome.
And there was some rust repair on that. So we had to measuring from the old rusted out piece to find where the spot welds went, where to put them into the new piece, because we still don't have a floor.
Right.
We have no mounting points anywhere on this car to measure back to. So we had to actually measure where that brace goes by the rust out of the original piece.
Oh, you do what you got to do.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
So anyways, they got that all done, lined up.
Yeah.
It's butt welded all the way in.
Yep.
The inner trunk floor or inner spare wheel well was already done.
Right. But now we have.
Now we have the outer tub.
Let's do this through the hole here. Nice. Yeah.
Now, looks pretty good.
Yes.
I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Would you believe that there's 3 section joints in this one panel?
I'm going to go with no, because this is the first 59 I've seen in this regard. So walk us through the 3 pieces.
So this piece here, when it fit in,
Yeah.
it actually fit not too bad through here.
Yeah.
But then here, it dropped down a good inch.
Wow, that's quite noticeable.
Quite noticeable. So we thought we maybe could stretch it to try and bring it up.
Yeah.
No, once we brought it up, it pushed the dimensions out.
Oh, yeah.
So the student, we said, let's do a pie cut right here. And he cut all the way up to here, and this still buckled.
Jeez.
So he cut it,
Yeah.
cut a section out, and that got all this dimension right.
Yeah.
Then this body line was down here somewhere.
Oh my goodness.
Like this whole curve went all the way down, almost missing this panel altogether, and a body line down here. So the student made a patch.
Wow.
Then for number 3, for number 3, then all the way over here, this panel only comes to here.
Oh God. So convenient.
So convenient. So I helped him out. I made this patch, and he welded it in, and
cool
the section. So if you look underneath,
okay, we're looking underneath here. What do we got, Scott?
So we got the one section of the wheelhouse that was done way before Christmas, and then if you go underneath here, we've got the section of that whole spare tire that we had to do to make this thing fit. So this is a homemade patch. This is the bought patch. So there's the one weld, and over here is the piece that had to be welded in. It was non-existent with the new with the inner spare tire wheel well.
That was handmade, right?
And that was handmade.
Yeah.
And then if we go underneath, you can see where the student had to section the panel in to make it fit.
Oh yeah,
and
there
then
it is.
Then if we come around to the other side,
come around to the other side,
where he had to do another cut and then made another patch to make that body line fit. And of course, people might say we got a little lazy, but like it's going to be a lot of work. So we just said let's opt in to make a lip for the quarter panel to weld on properly.
Right.
We'll trim it to fit, and it'll work good. And then, of course, this channel here bolts the back of the car to the frame, so we had to make some pieces. And we also had to do some rust repair to get the cage nuts to
right.
work
Yes,
again.
yes, because they're probably all blown out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is ready to go in.
Right.
Now, this panel,
Mm-hmm.
it goes like this.
Yes. Yep. Quarter.
Here's the quarter panel.
Oh, yeah.
So this quarter panel laps like this
On the underside.
on the underside. This panel gets welded to this. Then this whole panel then goes
Right.
onto the car
Yeah.
with this panel, and we will squeeze type it through this joint.
Oh my God, that's.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
There's a fourth.
Oh, really?
On this one panel.
Oh my goodness.
So when we put the quarter panel on for
Right,
this
yeah.
slip,
Yep.
this lip wasn't there. So now the student
Yeah.
put the quarter panel on the
Yeah.
car, made this panel.
Oh my goodness.
We squeeze typed it in.
Yep.
We're going to cut and trim this back.
Yep. To make
So
it
that when we
fit,
put
yeah.
the quarter panel on, he can squeeze type it.
Yep.
The quarter as per factory.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's again. I'm looking at this. I compute what's going on, but my skill set ain't nowhere near. This looks like a daunting job.
It is. This one was a big one. So,
But lots
anyways,
of learning.
Lots of
Lots of
learning,
learning.
and the kids are like, this one kid in particular, he said, I can't leave that. I have to do it. So good.
That's good.
It's getting that professionalism. It's getting that eye for detail,
Mm-hmm.
not to mention welding skills.
Yeah.
Fitting everything up and
Yeah,
so on. So this panel should be getting welded to the quarter panel, and this quarter panel is going on tomorrow.
Awesome.
What else? The brace, those are all welded in.
Yep.
The tail panel is all done. So basically, we are starting to button up the rest of this car.
Yeah.
And move ahead.
Awesome.
So
Yep.
maybe we'll move to the
Sure.
I guess we'll move to the other side.
Sure. Yeah.
So I can show you what's going on further up.
Definitely.
And I guess before we get into this side, we got the spare tire mount as well.
No, it's all cleaned up nice. So is that repaired as well? Oh yeah. Yep.
There we are.
Yep. Looks
So
good.
that
though.
part was homemade.
Mhm.
And this goes
Okay. Yep.
it goes in there.
Yep. Yeah, I understand. So the wheel sits up against that,
Yeah.
and then
Well, and this will go right against the
Yeah,
quarter
of
panel.
course,
So this
yeah.
goes way in the back.
Yep.
Something like that.
understood. I get it.
So that's all ready to go in.
Yeah. So I mean, the progress has been huge.
It's
really.
coming.
Yeah.
Well, like you were saying earlier, nothing happens, and all of a
Bang.
sudden, bang, everything happens.
Everything happens. Yep.
So next, reason we brought you over to this side.
Yep.
Of course, the wheelhouses were all rotted out.
Right. Yep.
And so this was all made in
Mhm.
one piece.
Mhm.
And then this brace, you can see a student just welded this in today.
Yep.
Made that one in. We're able to squeeze type it.
Right.
So now this is done.
Mhm.
There's a patch up front that they did.
Mhm.
We had to do a little bit in the back here
Oh yeah.
to get that to fit.
Yeah.
Again, if you remember, this was handmade.
Yep. Yep. I do recall
So-
from the last video. Yeah.
This side here now
Yep.
is almost ready to start getting
Yep.
all the quarter panels fitted.
Wow.
So
It'll look like a car very, very soon. I mean,
So-
it already looks.
well, it's starting to
it's
look
coming
like,
better already. of
It's
course,
coming.
Yeah.
This all needs to get epoxied before we start putting
Right. And
anything on.
that's the sealer to keep the rust from. Like,
basically a
yeah.
paint, a one-stop paint. Epoxy gives us great mechanical adhesion.
okay.
It gives it's almost the next thing to a best thing to a full-blown full-blown paint job
Yeah.
with one coat.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
Okay.
and I guess for everybody in YouTube land, those are not pits or holes in the weld; they are welded. If I shine a flashlight from the back,
Backside.
it's
There's no Caesar spots.
no. There's no holes in there.
And
That
so-
is welded.
And this was replicated on both sides, basically.
Yes.
The wheel wells. Yeah.
Yeah, I showed this side because this
Yeah.
side is
It's
still
open. Yeah. You bet.
So-
Yeah. The front section is on there.
All right,
Cool.
let's move to the other side.
Yep.
Okay, so this one here is going a little bit further,
Right.
or
Yeah.
it's moved on a little bit faster.
Uh-huh.
So again, we've made the panel
Mhm.
all in one piece.
Yeah.
And I guess for people who are wondering, there's two ways that I made each piece differently. I made these for the students and welded them in quick for them.
Yeah.
This one I actually had the students weld this quarter to this quarter together, and you can see where they were lined up. And I used that as a template, trimmed it out in the steel, ran it through a bead roller to break that line, and then I put it in a stretcher shrinker to match it for this arch and for this arch or crown.
Wow.
On the other side, because it only went up to this body line anyway, that's where the rust was, it's only a single bend. I just took a straight piece of metal, put it in the metal brake, and then stretcher shrunk to fit. Both of them each took about 40-45 minutes to make. So it took way longer to weld it.
Or 4 days for me.
The first time I did it, it took me 7 years of thinking.
Yes, right.
40 minutes to do it.
Yeah, do you want to? Yeah, that's.
But so, and then this piece was all made and sectioned in, and this one was rotten a lot more than what the other side was. The other side, they just kind of went around.
Gotcha.
In this side here, it was a panel that we just cut right through there and put it in. So there's this panel right here. Goes from here all the way up to here.
So it's, gotcha.
I don't know. It's in all convertibles. I have a 70 Impala. And
same.
It's in there
so
too.
It must be structural piece because the roof is gone.
Must be.
Must be.
So anyway, this is a handmade piece. I know I talked about that in another video. And so right now, what the students are doing is that they are starting to get that locked into place. So this is where the student has gone to so far, making sure that we're holding a straight edge to make sure that these are butted perfect. And as they weld, they'll go in here with an air body hacksaw and reopen those up to get a kerf, so that when you weld with the MIG welder, it will weld with penetration. And right now this is going down. We curve the corner so that it doesn't make a stress point and cause cracking. And then we're going to go all the way down to ensure that we keep the body line, and then all the way down and go from there. Now, this is really actually important to get this piece on and to get the other piece on. Because this piece now, if you remember from the Pontiac videos, there was that big brace that goes underneath. Well, it goes through the rocker all the way through to the quarter panel. Once that welds on, the inner brace goes on, the floor goes in.
So we're gonna get some super structure here very, very soon.
It's gonna start coming along pretty quick. So just to show what this is going to look like.
Just like butter. Yeah, it looks good.
And this is getting really close to starting to section in.
Oh, that's awesome. Be cool. Yeah, once this, again, it's already taking form, but it's going to even take more form once those panels are in and smoked in. Oh, yeah. Cool. Awesome.
And that's where we're sitting at on this car. So hopefully... by the end of tomorrow, because today is Thursday,
today's Thursday,
we'll have this welded in, or at least locked in, the other side locked in, and we're going to start putting all those braces in to start getting ready to put a floor in this thing.
Well, maybe we'll try and get some time lapse as we smoke them in just real quick as they place them in. I think it'll be pretty cool. Again, just so we could see it in action. And then we'll do another video like we did the pre-jam with the floor going in, I think. I find that very cool when you see that whole piece just slide in and just fit like it's supposed to. Right on. Cool. Well, thanks, Scott, like always. Thanks for letting us into the shop. And everybody in YouTube land, if you have questions pertaining to this, I'm not answering them. Scott is. And that's totally fine. He's the guy with the knowledge. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Take care. We'll see you soon.